and two, I think it's very sad, but I think it's hilariously funny. Um, because I was mixed emotions about it. And she was cute, and I feel bad she was gone. Where um, the deputy, FBI deputy, whatever director,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when her head blew up,
Oh yes, that was. I don't want to say uncalled for, but that was out of nowhere. That was out of
it
the
was,
blue.
it was. I don't
Oof,
know, but the thing is, I thought
dude,
she
it
played a
was so crazy. It blew my mind.
exactly. I was mixed emotions. Like, wait, what happened? Because she played a big role in season one,
To all the
and
listeners
then
and told my listeners and my YouTube watchers, he didn't get my joke, and that's fine. I'm gonna let it go. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being here, listening to your favorite podcast, the Maximum Filipino Show, and we're doing Afterflicks. If you have been listening to our podcast, you know what Afterflicks is. If this is your first time, we want to welcome you and thank you for clicking and hitting that listen button. And we're doing Afterflicks, like I said. And Afterflicks is we do a review, some reflections, if you may, and some suggestions and opinions on some of the shows, movies, on some subscribed shows such as Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and things like that. Lately, we only have been doing a lot of Netflix, so right now it's gonna be a treat. We're doing Amazon Prime. This is The Boys season 2. I'm gonna explain a little further later how's this gonna work, because season 2, as of right now, it's still happening. It's still ongoing. Um, but if you want to listen, we did a season 1 of The Boys, and you can go back. Maybe I think it's episode 2 or episode 3. I'm not really sure. Of Afterflix or the Maximum Filipino Show podcast, and we did the season 1 of The Boys. Right now, being joined by Wakka, my
hey,
best
hey,
friend,
hey,
my brother. How are you,
what's up?
bro?
What's up? I'm good. I'm good. It's I'm great.
It's great. It's actually a little night right now. It's at night, but we're doing this.
But yours is like night, night,
I
night,
know mine
right?
is night, night, night. But we're doing this. It's gonna be fun. It's really exciting. Anything
Yes.
new going on with your life right now?
Who, my life?
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you for introducing me to the boys. The boys is amazing.
That's good.
Um, or was I supposed to throw that out yet?
No, you're
My
fine.
bad.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Other than that, um, just a few days ago, about a week, no, about 6, 7 days ago, I officially turned 31. But I claimed 31 at the beginning of this year because there's
Oh my
no
gosh,
point
hold
of
on. Did I just forget your birthday? I think I just forgot your birthday. Oh my gosh, that was so silly. I even told you as soon as September hit, I said, "Hey bro, your birthday is coming up." I'm like, "Oh," and I forgot.
don't trip, don't trip. No big
That
deal,
was
no big deal.
so silly. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Don't worry.
and I'm going to leave this in the podcast. That was that was stupid.
No,
I
no, no,
forgot your
no.
birthday.
It's
That
really
can't be
no
right.
point.
I can't even tell people now that you're my best friend and my brother. If I forgot your birthday, I'm done. I don't want to do this podcast anymore. I just want to stay in my room, go in a fetal position, and then just cry my eyes out. I cannot believe I forgot your birthday. I'm sorry, bro, but happy
No biggie,
birthday.
no biggie. Well, I
Happy
appreciate it.
birthday.
Nah, no biggie. It's just
31.
that's the only thing that's new to me. I'm 31 officially, but like I was trying to say earlier, by the time the new year hit this year, I'm like, forget it. There's no need to wait for my birthday. I'm 31. That's it.
31. Don't
That
worry. When you visit me, we're gonna have a party for your late birthday.
that's
Um,
fine. Only a month later, but it's fine.
he said it's okay, but it's a little bitter. That's fine. It's okay.
No, it's a
Okay.
month later, but it's fine.
Okay. So the way this is gonna work, like I said earlier, I know the boys is still going on. It's still running. It's still showing. So it's not. Usually, it's like the end of every season that we're doing a review.
Hmm.
So we're only doing right now. We're only reviewing from season, not season, yeah, season two, from
episode.
episode one
Oh,
till
yep.
episode six. Yep, season two, episode one to episode six. And since Amazon Prime, I don't like it. Amazon Prime. First of all, I don't like that you guys are dropping episodes per week. You guys are just like cables now, and I don't like that. I like it when you used to just drop the whole season so we can just watch it. But you
Well,
know we gotta adapt, and it is what it is.
Netflix is doing the same thing. They have their
Mm-hmm.
own personal original shows that they're doing it weekly now.
Really?
Yeah, there's some of their originals are weekly
Huh?
versus having it dropped all. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
don't like that.
that's a new thing that started a few months back, or no, was it early this year?
Hmm.
But yeah, it's been a new thing. They've been doing it for probably half a year to a year now.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think I like that Amazon Prime. I just wanna be honest with you guys, um, because you're no different than cable or local TV.
I
This is why
guess.
you guys are the subscribe internet apps and shows and movies. We
You know,
want
I
it
did.
like right now,
I
right
didn't
now.
know that I had Amazon Prime until one day I looked back and checking my records, like, what is this fat bill that I paid for Amazon? I don't recognize this.
It was Amazon Prime. It was
Pretty
Amazon
much.
Prime. Okay, so we're gonna hopefully Waka and I are gonna do per episode since we started from episode one till episode six. Next week we're gonna do the episode seven, and then until the end of season two, and then season three is happening 2021. It's a for sure that they're doing an episode season three. I'm sorry.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, we're gonna do that per episodes podcast. So next week you're gonna expect the episode seven of season two of The Boys. So yeah, let's do this. So season two, episode one to episode six. What do
All
you think?
right.
What do you think,
Okay.
Waka?
So,
Season two. How about this? Let me put it this way. Let's compare because you weren't in our season one. Maybe we should do. You know what? We're not gonna do another podcast for season one, The Boys. How about this? Give me a comparison so far from episode one till episode six of season one and season two, episode one to episode six. Give me a
okay.
comparison.
What I liked about season one and season two, see, season one, it, I like how it was just dark. When I first started the episode, it was completely dark. And but yeah, overall season, and what I mean by dark, I'm not referring to like it's evil or anything. It's just that everything is just gory, bloody, and dark. Um, but so from the beginning to end, it was dark. Like they were just at their necks for each other. They were just wanting to battle it out, and then the heroes were just um, one thing I like about the heroes is where they're in front of the cameras, they're acting it out, but behind the scenes they're like they're no different than other any other non-heroes. They're just other people with their own personal vices that they just can't give up.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I like this one because it was completely dark and action packed. There was there not too much mushiness going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though there was like some kind of couple story going on between Starlight and
Huey.
Huey, yes, it was still dark because he keeps remembering about his his late girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was completely dark, and I was hoping that it would just continue that way until season two came about, where for some reason, some kind of light and hope came to Butcher. I love Butcher's character in terms of acting his.
Oh, I thought. Hold on. I thought you were gonna say there's some light comes like starlight.
No, 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 no. I was referring to that. It kind of build up into some positivity in this
Mm-hmm.
whole dark scenario or this dark series. Like where Butcher found out his wife is still alive, and his wife had a son, which is not his, and that changed Butcher's personality. Like really, it went not totally in 180. He's still acting like a cruel person, but it's just not as cruel anymore because he knows now his wife is alive. Because
Mm-hmm.
throughout the whole season, from episode 1 to 8, he had without a doubt believed his wife died. Well,
Mm.
actually, in some episodes, he believed that she's still alive. It just went missing. But I guess on episode 8, he just fed up and said, whether she's dead or alive, she's just not here anymore, not with me. So he was trying to throw the towel until Homelander tells the truth about she being alive and yada yada yada. So season 2, I wasn't really too fond of it. However, I did love both season 1 and 2. The killing scene, especially episode 1 and season 2, how Black Noir finally, um, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, he kicks off the episode of just killing the bad guys
Yeah, yeah.
because in episode 1 or season 1, they were all tripping off how badly now they have super terrorists or super
Mm-hmm.
villains, and they were worried about that one villain that they discovered. And lo and behold, episode 1, season 2, he just comes in, Black Noir, like nothing, just slicing and dicing people. And then that one part where he grabbed the mouth of one of the bad guys, and he just like ripped it. But anyway, I love the action pack in season 2 as well, and the death scenes in both season 1 and 2. But I just don't like how the story is going in a way, because it's not as dark as season 1. Uh, so it's, to me, I'm finding it this season 2 is a bit cheesy
Mm.
in its own dark sense, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Sorry, I didn't want to take too much time, but
Oh,
yeah,
you're
that's my
fine.
summary.
Yeah, I think no, I totally agree. I kind of so far from episode 1 to episode 6, because I think we had this conversation before. Season 1 is just episode what 8 episodes, right?
Yeah, there's 8 episodes
Yeah,
in season
eight
1.
eight episodes in season 1. But so far from this season 2, from episode 1 till episode 6, so far it's a little. I don't want to say draggy because it's not really draggy. There's a lot of things going on, and it's not boring, but the season 1 is just packed with a lot of action stuff, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things going on with um what's the name of that invisible guy?
Invisible, invisible,
No, he has a
invis.
different name. Not Lumiere.
Oh,
That's
translucent.
translucent, yeah, with translucent arc, and what had happened to him, and
Hmm.
then the fight scene in when they went to that stretchy guy, the that he said
Oh,
he's the prophet.
he's the priest in that little
Yeah, cult or or beliefs.
crusade. I guess I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
say
yeah,
crusade.
yeah, and that whole thing, and there's a lot, like the whole season 1 is packed with action and gore. Same thing with A Train's girlfriend and things like that. And then when you enter,
Yeah.
as soon as you entered season 2, it's like, and this is what I love about the boys is
Hmm.
they give you this hype. You know what I mean? Like what you said, the with the terrorists, the super terrorists. In season 1, they give you this hype, like, oh my gosh, now what they're gonna do? There's a superhero that just blows up and doesn't affect him and kills everybody that's around him. Like, oh my
Right.
gosh, this is a big problem. Like this is a really big problem. Like, I wonder what they're gonna do to solve this. And then season 2 kicks off. Black Noir is like, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. It's like the whole climax of the whole story is just gone. It's like leaves you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it leaves you. It didn't leave me satisfied. It left me as, oh, okay, that's it.
That happened. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
happened.
So if you watch anime, this is the whole premise of One Punch Man. That's the whole premise of One Punch Man.
Oh,
Is
you're
it?
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
it gives you this. It climbs with this climax. Oh, this is a very powerful character that they're gonna kill. Oh, it's the Sea King, and the Sea King got really really strong because it's raining. It's a physiologically right that, oh, once the
Right.
water comes in his system, it's gonna be bigger and stronger. And then here he comes. He's like, oh, this is it. This is gonna be the villain where he's gonna be serious and all. Nope, it only took one punch. Done. Like, it leaves you so unsatisfied. and that's what happened to season 2. That's how they kicked it off. It's like, yeah, we have a super villain, but nope, Black Noir can handle it and with no problem.
Exactly.
Um,
Oh, and Black Noir's way of standing, withstanding the blast, he was like, just, is that all you
right,
got?
it
Kind of
just
attitude.
yeah, it didn't even face them, and I think we can prove now that Black Noir has a healing ability. I think he has a healing ability. We don't really know his ability, especially in season 1. Like he has this martial arts kind of stuff. He's
Yeah.
like Snake Eye from GI Joe, and
Hmm.
even IMDb said that he's kind of like Batman slash Snake Eye from GI Joe. But
Yeah, I
we
think
did.
he has super human he has superhuman strength with martial arts ability
Mm-hmm.
because I know you said you didn't watch episode 7. On episode 7, there it kind of briefs his weakness, but I'll just drop it off there. But yeah, he's a very quiet guy. Um, I just the way I see it, he's just very superhuman. Like I'm trying to compare him who is like that. Um, I mean, Superman's way stronger. I guess he's just like um, yeah, like what's her name? Starlight without the light.
Mm, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he can't fly. He's
Mm-hmm.
just super strength and so forth. But yeah, he was killer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like his.
Right, right. Yeah, and it showed right in season 2 that he has a super he's not just a how about this? He's not just a human being that knows martial arts. He's not
Mm,
just Batman. You know what I mean? He's not just
yeah,
Batman with gears and or Snake Eye for that matter that has gears and can fight. No, he
right.
is a superhero. He has superhero abilities. He has healing ability. I assume he has because after that
I think so.
explosion, he just stood up there, and then the next episode, you can say that he changed costume, but man, he blew up like literally half of his face is melted, half of his face melted. So you can't just say he changed his costume. No, there's no way he can just I don't know.
I
But anyway,
think I think all of them have a um, probably like enhanced healing ability because remember, A Train when he broke his leg. I mean, like they literally show that his leg broke. There was a scene where his leg broke and a part of the bone was sticking out. So he was rushed to the hospital and so forth. Um, but it was just like probably within a week,
mm-hmm.
he's back on his feet again or less.
Well, you can't really say that because A Train has I'm pretty sure because he's fast, so his metabolism is faster too. So he's healing just like Flash. They explained this in the Flash, um,
Hmm.
in the season 1 of Flash that he passed out like one day as soon as he found out he has the ability. He started running and then he passed out. He just suddenly passed out, and they said if you are triple or quadruple faster than normal human being, your digestion and your whole system is the same thing. So you
Okay,
get hungry quicker, you get tired quicker. Um, you know.
that's you're right. I mean, that's logic. That makes logical sense. I mean, then
Mm-hmm.
can you explain what's her name? Stormfront, the new Seven. Is it
Mm-hmm.
Stormfront?
Yeah, Stormfront.
You know how they're. I mean, what was with that new? I mean, their turn on escapade. I don't know if it's the right word, but anyway, you know how she got burned in the
Oh
chest.
yeah, yeah. Her kink.
That's the word I'm looking for. Escapade. Yeah, her kink. Um, yeah, her kink. I'm like, what's all that about? But there was no mark left. She was healed.
Yeah. Or she can just see. We don't really know her real ability. All we know is she can fly. She's as
As Homelander.
Homelander. Yeah, or faster, or probably slower. I don't know, but we know she's fast. She has the lightning ability. She has super crazy strength.
Mm,
But that's the only thing that we know. You know what I mean? We don't know
okay.
anything else. You might
Well,
she might she might be able to absorb any form of power in her system.
right.
We don't really know. She's like she's like in My Hero Academia, those Nomus. The first
Mm,
Nomu that
that what's his
All
name
Might fought.
fought?
Yeah, All
Yeah,
Might, and he just absorbed um
every
strength.
blast that. Yeah.
So she might just be like them. So they haven't really explained. I mean, to be honest, they haven't really explained
Mm,
all of their ability. Like Queen Maeve's, Queen Maeve's is just like Wonder Woman with no sword
mm,
and the
no flying either.
yeah the whip,
Yeah, no whip. Yeah,
the
this
golden whip,
the wrist,
the wrist.
the
Yep,
whip, and
that's
yeah,
right.
you're right, and the sword.
Mm-hmm. She Wonder Woman doesn't fly. She just jumps really, 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 really high.
I guess the comics really makes it seem like she's flying.
Mm-hmm. Because she's
But
always been
anyway,
someone is carrying her.
that's true. In yeah, but anyway, well, that's another
Okay,
topic to talk
so
about.
yeah, so they haven't really explained all their abilities. We know that, but in season two, we confirmed that Starlight needs a form of energy to produce light.
Yeah, so she
She
needs to be around electricity. Yeah, you're
Right.
right.
She can't just do it out of nowhere.
That's true. So
Yeah.
it's just like the like in the show of Airbenders, they need their element to make the element move or whatever.
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about the last Airbender.
The
You
what
know
in the last Airbender?
how there's fire, water, wind, and
Okay.
earth,
Uh huh.
and they all need their element
Mm-hmm.
to.
Not with the fire. Not with the Fire Nation. Not with fire. They can just produce fire out of nowhere.
Yeah, if you've seen the movie Airbender,
What
which is
what what
horrible.
what movie are we talking about? There's a movie. There's an Avatar movie.
Yeah, they call it the last Airbender. It's in
Oh,
Netflix.
wait. Are you serious? I don't think that exists.
It does, and it's horrible.
There's a movie, Wakka? Really? Oh, okay.
It's, are you messing with me? Because I can't tell if you're messing with
I'm
me because
I am trying. If people watching this in YouTube, and probably people listening to podcast, you probably can tell, and Waka cannot tell. I don't know how he can't tell. We've been friends, we've been brothers for a way long time. He should know that I'm making a sarcastic voice and pretending because I hate that movie so much that I'm considering or saying that that movie does not exist and I don't know anything about the movie. But he's not getting it. He's not getting it. I was trying to make my sentence
okay,
a
you
lot slower
viewers,
and
it's
longer. He wasn't getting it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He wasn't getting it.
anyway. Back to the matter at hand. So, we were talking about Maeve. She is the Wonder Woman version in The Boys, and I was just repeating what you said. Go ahead, finish off.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't really. Starlight needs a certain form of electricity around
Oh
her so
yes,
she
that.
can use that light kind of thing. So is
Mhm.
her ability electricity or is it light?
Um, it's light. I think so because in all the shows, all she does is produce like a very bright light, and for
But
some reason, it shocks them.
but the
Like,
light but the light is like electric light. It can't be like a sunlight.
yeah, because some of it causes shock, like a shock wave or
Mm.
stun. In some episodes. Um,
So okay, so if that was the case, remember that cave scene in season 2 when in that cave scene when
cave.
yeah when the seven, including, this is the first time.
In the tunnel.
Yeah, in the is it the tunnel? I think it was the cave by the beach.
Yeah, where they were running away from the
Yeah,
sevens and they just went in straight to a whale. That was
right.
that
That
one,
was
right?
amazing. That was really amazing. That's one of my, and we're gonna talk about this. That's one of my favorite scenes.
I believe I'm same here.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes. But
But I
anyway,
guess we'll
so
talk about it later. Go ahead.
right, so when they were in that cave and Homelander is forcing Starlight to kill Yui, and she had that hand motion as if she's gonna make a light or something. Like she does that every time she throws a light. You know what I mean? To
Hmm.
stun someone or to kill someone or whatever.
Right.
Just like what happened in episode 6 when she killed that guy when they stole the car. So
Right.
she needed the light, but there's no electricity in that cave. How is she gonna do it?
I'm trying to picture that cave. I believe it's a sewer tunnel. I know for sure it's a sewer tunnel. But cave or tunnel. I'm trying to think if there was some like power line somewhere in the
Mm,
on the walls or something. Or because since they were underground, above it's a city probably, but they landed in the island. But yeah, where did she produce her power? I don't know. Oh no, take it back. Because as you proceed on that show or that episode, where Butcher saves Huey by distracting Homelander, right?
mm-hmm,
Um, who who had the like a psychic ability? Oh no, it was what's her name? The Asian chick's brother, because they were chasing him, or no, they were saving him uh, to make a trade off or whatever, but that
mm-hmm,
failed, of course. So remember when he crushed everything down to bring down Homelander or whoever?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
A car fell from above, so it has to be they were in the
Oh,
sewers and probably produced the power from the top somewhere.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. I just thought about that when I watched the episode 6. When she said that she needs a form of electricity somewhere so she can produce that light.
Oh, and
But
that's where what's her name? Stormfront makes her appearance of causing destruction because the brother was set free. He ran away, and they were chasing him. And then Stormfront chasing the brother. When she walks in, I was expecting a superhero attitude. All she does, I don't know if you remember when they went to the home of one of the apartments.
mm-hmm,
The dad, the child was crying and whatever. They were making an annoying sound that bothered her so much. To end it, she just turns around, and this, of course, it doesn't. The camera doesn't show. She blows them away. I'm like, what? She's a superhero. Just like what?
yeah. And I thought, speaking of Stormfront, you know what? Let's talk about her later. Let's actually, yeah, we can talk
Yeah.
about it right now. Who is your favorite character in season 2?
In season
How
two,
about in season 1? Who's your favorite character in season 1?
oh, I love Frenchie. Frenchie. I don't know
Same here.
what it is, but
Same here.
Frenchie, he's awesome. He comes up with the most, aside from Butcher's little stupid pep talk using Spice Girls, he would Frenchie would make up like moments that meant to be touching, but his touching moments in his life was about something destructive. In his life, sharing about his dad, whooping him about this, or whatever. But I love Frenchie.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome. He's very
Yeah,
passionate in his
yeah.
dark side.
In our last podcast, I mentioned that Frenchie was my favorite character too. He was really funny and he was really fun. Oh my gosh, it was really
Oh
fun.
yeah,
Oh, dude.
he was
Um,
hilarious.
how about in this season 2? Who's your favorite
Season,
character?
in season two so far, I Frenchie doesn't really. Oh, maybe in the first couple episodes, where Frenchie is involved, but as this episode goes on, there really isn't much happening. More of him and the Asian chick, more
Kumiko.
getting yes, Komiko. Some attractions happening between them two. But what I do love about Frenchie, he's very caring.
Mm.
Um, Despite his weird personality. Um, so Frenchie, who is my favorite character in season two? I want to say, I want to say Komiko,
Mm.
because she has her brother's dead. Her goal is done. I mean, she has nothing to do at this point. Uh, she's just there chilling, and she sees them making well, she still has her heart of revenge towards Stormfront, but aside from that, that's her main goal. She's watching these guys storming at Havoc, and she's just quiet. Just quiet. Um, but I really don't have a favorite character yet. Now that you ask, did you have one? Did you have a favorite character?
Yes, yes. My favorite character is actually um, Stormfront. I like Stormfront. I thought Stormfront was she fooled me a little bit. She kind of fooled me a little bit. I thought she would be one of the good guys. I think she's one of the superhero that will help
Yeah,
the boys and bring down Vought. I thought that would be the case, but I was wrong, like big time wrong. Um,
totally. Uh, how do I? What's the word I'm looking for? She's a rebellion.
oh
She's
yeah, big time.
Yeah,
Um,
she in the beginning I liked the fact that she was going against the whole script of
mhm.
what's going on in Vought, but then again she has her own vendetta. But yeah, she was cool.
Right, right. Yeah, so I liked her. I like that she's really powerful and she's very merciless. And when she punched that kid, when she was Liberty, because she was confirmed that she was Liberty.
Li- Right.
When she punched that kid mercilessly, I was like, oh my gosh, that was crazy. And she was blowing up the buildings, and
Exactly.
she
That what threw me off. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, that was the confirmation to me that, oh yeah, this chick is a bad girl. Nope, she's not one of the good guys.
Yeah, she's killing bystanders, like
But
innocent
yeah,
people.
yeah, right. Because she was, when she first came out, she was totally against Vought. Like she's against
Right.
Vought. She's her in her own thing and things like that. And then all of a sudden it's like, she's killing people. Okay, she's a bad girl. And then she was bullying Homelander, making memes about Homelander. It
Mm,
was really funny.
right.
So and then the character that played her, she did a great job.
Yeah, she did great.
It was amazing. Another trivia for you, Waka, and I just saw this. I just realized this. So the
What's up?
actor's name is Sean Ashmore. I just saw him in episode 6. He's the guy who played Lamplighter. Um,
Yes.
this is the version of that forbidden movie that you talked about earlier that can't produce fire out of nowhere. He has to have a fire to push a fire, or I don't know, that stupid crap.
He
Um,
sounds, but okay, if you don't like to use that as an example, he sounds like Pyro from X-Men.
yes,
Um,
yes. Speaking of X-Men, did you know Sean Ashmore played? He was in X-Men.
oh, he played Iceman.
He played Iceman. Isn't that ironic? That was really ironic. I found that really ironic. Um,
But is it him? Because I learned also, I think he has a twin brother in
does
real
he?
life. He has a twin brother. Yeah.
No, it was him. I looked it up
Okay.
in IMDb, and it was him. It was him.
Okay, makes sense.
That was really funny. He did a great job in there too. It was when the episode 6 left in the cliffhanger of what is Colonel gonna do to him, because apparently
Yeah.
he killed her kids and things like that. And she said she moved on, but she didn't. So now what are we gonna do? Frenchie said, you're gonna do him a great you're gonna do him a favor if you kill him right now. So she said, well, what are you planning to do with him? And it
And
left the
that's where it
cliffhanger.
ended.
That's where it ended.
Episode,
um
I don't want to say it, but so on the next one, he just gets awkward.
so okay, so that's that would be the case on the that
I
he
think I have
she
a favorite
Stormfront.
character now
Yeah, go ahead.
because, like, we talked about it early in the week because they're prepping. You think
Hmm.
they're prepping for him, but I love how they have this side story about
The
uh
deep.
the because he's lost. He's trying to find himself, and because I'm thinking his whole process. Like he goes to Idaho where nothing really happens.
Ohio. I think he
Is
went
it
to Ohio.
Idaho? Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio, not Idaho. My bad, people. So anyway, he goes there, and he's like lost, confused, because he feels really depressed that he got kicked out, and then he becomes self like low
Self pity.
self pity, or he has low self esteem about
Yeah, yeah,
himself, about his
yeah.
looks, and then somebody who saved him out of jail gives him a drug, and the drug is him talking to his ghost.
Dude, that was so awkward. That was so weird. I mean, I like it, and it's okay. So there's a lot of awkward scenes in shows and movies that's so unnecessary. But this awkward and weird scene in in this season is so necessary. Like, I'm okay with it,
Yes,
but it's just awkward. It's just
I think
weird.
it's I think it's intentional because it
Mm-hmm.
meant to twist the whole seriousness and the
Mm-hmm.
funniness, because there's some fun and guts going on, but his side story is hilarious.
It's like the awkward and unnecessary scene is in season one when A Train's girlfriend getting eat out by her landlord and she orgasm
Mm,
accidentally killed him. That was a
crushed
weird,
him,
yeah,
yeah.
crushed his face. That's a weird unnecessary scene. But this one with but this one is it's awkward but very necessary. Like this is a weird scene. Like one of those scenes when your parents walked in and you're watching. It's like, what are you watching? Oh, yeah, this is kind of hard to explain. Oh, but yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. The deep has So okay, so I have an assumption. I think that after I think Vought. I've never read the manga or not manga. Ooh, I've
The
never
comic
heard.
books.
I've never read the comic books, but I assume that the Vought is gonna fall, and their next big enemy will be the Church of the
I
Collective.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I
Like when
think
you
that's gonna
came up,
be.
the idea of they're trying to prep him up.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's what's happening.
Yeah, because
Uh,
in this season two, they try to recruit A Train. Uh,
yes. I mean, I just really wish you watched episode 7, so I'll
right.
keep it silent. But yeah, they're trying. It seemed that he's trying to pull Atrian in it. Um, so think, and I agree with you, that the Church of the Church of Collectives, or the Collectives, yeah, the Church
The
of
Church of the
Collectives
Collective. Yeah.
is planning, probably going to be the next victim, or what's next villain, bad
Mm-hmm.
guys. So I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm. Um. So tell me now, what are your favorite scenes in the movie, in the show,
Uh,
from season one, episode one till episode six? I keep saying.
and 2, I think it's very sad, but I think it's hilariously funny. Um, because I was mixed emotions about it. She was cute, and I feel bad she was gone. Where um, the deputy, FBI deputy, whatever, director,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when her head blew up,
Oh yes, that was. I don't want to say uncalled for, but that was out of nowhere. That was out of
it
the
was,
blue.
it was, I don't
Oof,
know. But the thing is, I thought
dude,
she
it
played a
was so crazy. It blew my mind.
exactly. I was mixed emotions. Like, wait, what happened? Because she played a big role in season 1,
To all the
and
listeners
then
and told my listeners and my YouTube watchers, he didn't get my joke, and that's fine. I'm gonna let it go.
in and behind one of the enemies, grabs the mountain. Anyway, so rips him
Yeah,
open. I
yeah.
it oh, I see what you did there. I get it.
Yes, ding.
Sorry, it took me a while to fly, just to
No,
rewind
you're
time.
just
Like,
excited to say your point. It's okay. All right, go
but
ahead.
yeah, because her role, she played a big role in season 1, and then in season 2, where I'm just expecting her role still continues. You know how in most shows, where if it's a character from season 1, and they play a big role, you expect them to play out in the next seasons until they're like a warm goodbye, but
Mm-hmm.
this was no warm goodbye. It was
No.
like
Ooh.
hardcore.
It was
Okay, her
it
role is
was
done. She's
wet.
gone.
It's not warm. It was wet goodbye. It was totally wet.
Exploded, and then they were all shocked, and I was shocked. I'm like, oh man, they got rid of the most
Mm-hmm.
beautiful lady, one of
Yeah.
the cute ladies there. But anyway, that one was my favorite. Three, I think we just admitted both like is how they crashed into this innocent whale. They just went straight into the innocent whale. You remember that scene where before they go into the cave?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that just I didn't expect them to do that,
No,
but
but what is deep thinking though? I know he's an idiot. You know what I mean? Like I know he's an idiot. Like, do you think this? Did he think that these people are nice, so they're not gonna hit my whale, or my whale is big enough that if they try to hit the whale, their boat is gonna crash,
that's why I
and
said this.
easily break,
The deep is one of my
explode.
favorite because he came in, he swooped right in, trying to be like, this is my opportunity, and he was telling them to stop. But apparently that didn't work. He's like, wait, they're not stopping. They're not stopping. And well, his whale died. I think her name was Susan or Sally.
Susan is fitting.
Um, but what I liked about it, I mean, about the most, is how they made a shot scene, like a scene within the guts and gore. I'm like, does it not smell fish? Does it? Are they not shocked that they're in the guts and stomach of a whale? And then even what's his name? Uh, oh, before I say it, I'm surprised. I was with Huey. Is like, did they really call you Mama's Milk? Uh, at first, I didn't. It didn't dawn on me until episode what 7 or 6 in
Mm-hmm.
because I also have the subtitles, and they keep saying Mama's Milk. Who the hell is Mama's Milk? And then it just hit me. MM. I'm like, what? But okay, going back to that
Yeah,
scene
yeah.
where MM goes back into the belly, I'm like, for a clean freak, he's willing to go back inside and try to save a guy who just wished to stay inside the guts of a whale.
Yep.
Yeah, that whole scene there was just phenomenal, weird, and it's like, this is not, um, how do I it just doesn't make sense. I mean, if I want to pity myself, I would rush out of the stomach and then
Right.
have a
Right.
pity party outside of the guts, but not
Right.
inside the guts. Uh, what else did I like about this? Oh, another one is where the deep before he got kicked out of the seventh, where he finally gives into his nature of a fish, trying to save a dolphin,
Yeah,
and
that
the
was in
dolphin
season
is
one. Yeah, yeah, that
in
was in
season
season
one,
one.
and the
Yep.
dolphin's hitting on him too.
Yep.
The
Yep.
dolphin is hitting on him too.
And then the dolphin got hit.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, all the death scenes in the show is awesome. Where he stops because the cops, and you see a dolphin flying, and he's like looking at her, it's like, oh,
Yep. Yep. Yeah. My favorite scenes are so that's the whale part. That's one of my favorite scenes. Um the Black Noir fight, of course, that's one of the great scenes that I love.
I think they
Um
did a good job in introducing his ability because in
mhm.
season one he was quiet,
Right,
not
right. Oh yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
not literally, but also
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, one of the good scenes. I think I like that scene because it shows the how psychopath Homelander was, even though it was just an imagination. When
Oh,
people were mocking him, and then in it was just his imagination. He started lasering everybody and killing everybody in that rally. Um,
oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I kind of felt a little bummed out that it wasn't real, but I
See,
get it.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. I
I
get it
agree.
why they made it just an imagination, because as soon as if he really did that, he would
He
have been
won't.
done. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
would have been done with VOD, and that's it.
Vought would have a good reason of shutting down.
Yeah, and his next option will be a like a legit true villain, and his arc of being part of the seven will be done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I get it why they didn't do it that way. Um,
I I I agree. I did like that scene, but
mhm.
that was like he finally did it. He gave into his psychopath side.
Right,
But when it just came back to reality, it's like,
right.
damn it.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not real. I think one of my least favorite scene is the sex scene in the end of episode 4. I think it was the end of episode 4 or episode. No, it was the end of
And
episode
then
5.
episode 5,
Yeah, it was the end of episode 5.
that's where I was like, what's with that? I
It was a
mean, I get.
long sex scene, and I think I get it why they did that though. Like you I don't know. Like a lot of shows, you kind of have to do that to get because you can get away with doing all that and still be acceptable. Because technically, you're an internet. You know what I mean? You're not cable. You're not TV. As long as you put rated MA in there, it will be acceptable. So they can do whatever they want. Basically, it's just it's too long. Like the whole scene is long enough.
Uh, what I was like, is this they're trying to portray? This is what they do, what heroes do behind the scenes, like,
Hmm.
or this is how heroes mate, I guess.
Yeah, because the beginning of season 6, when they had sex after they captured the guy who stole a ton of money, right?
And then he crushed his head.
Then he crushed his head. Yeah, that one is necessary. I'm like that. That's fine. That's fine with me. Because there's sexual tension and things like that. That's fine. But the whole end of season 5, I'm like, oh, this is so weird. I wish my wife won't come in while I'm watching this scene because she might
Yeah,
think something else. I
I
can't.
agree. I didn't like it at all, but at the same time, I'm just thinking that it's probably um, how they do things in their when they go into their real nature. Because one thing I did like in season 1, another thing I like about season, or I don't want to take the mic from you.
Hmm.
One of my other favorite episodes, because episodes scenes was when they went to the to when Maeve and Homelander supposedly to save the plane,
Hmm.
but they didn't work. But what I did like is how he um how they were as if having a regular conversation, like nothing is really happening in the midst of the danger.
Hmm.
And I'm like, this is it. This is what I really wanted to know. It's like, what did they do in between those, like elevator awkward scenes, you see in the movies of people having it down, like good action packed movies. But those awkward moments, what do they do in the awkward moments? Like, say they get jump in the elevator. What are they doing? Are they just like standing and waiting, not talking? Or, you know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
Because to me, this is their real person. Like you see in front of the TV, like they're all Superman type of people, save the people, save the day. But behind the scene, they're like, you know, are they just regular people in their superhero world?
Right, right.
But yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes. Though it's
Mm.
just a small, unimportant. It just
Unimportant.
it just dawned on, well, aside from the fact that they're the suspects of the plane falling and dying and leaving them people to high and dry. No
Right.
pun intended. Uh,
Full pun intended.
um, but yeah, that was my scene. Is because it just brought me to reality. Like, this is it. The reality of them being just people talking in the midst of danger or in the midst of supposedly a serious situation.
Hmm.
Almost a lot of Dungeons and Daddies moment. But anyway, yeah. Going back to the scene that you hate, and I agree with you, it was too draggy. I didn't. Uh, okay, maybe a toss here and there, and then straight to the point because we get what's happening, but we don't really need to see the rest of the game to from point A to point B. Does that make sense?
Yeah, another unnecessary weird scene is with the doppelganger.
Right. That was so
When at first he turned
weird.
to Stillwell, and that caught me off guard too. When Stillwell showed up, I'm like, crap, she's alive. Wait, what am I missing? How is she alive?
Exactly.
Like, what is going on here? And then what? And then this attractive lady turned to an obese, hairy chest, balding guy. I'm like, oh, I get it. Oh, oh, okay,
I like
okay.
how what's his name? Uh, Homelander was like, "What's going on?" And then he realized, and he stood up. Was like, "Change back, change
Mhm,
back."
mhm, uh huh.
Like he lost his character for a
Right,
moment. I'm like,
right. He's such an idiot, and he's such a psychopath that he doesn't realize that even though this guy would turn to anybody that he wants,
mm,
it's still the same guy putting his finger in his mouth.
"Yeah,
Like, think
that
about
was
that. It's
weird."
still the same guy. It's still the same person. He could change his face to whatever you want in this world.
But the reality is,
The
it's
reality, it's still the
that
same guy
guy.
sticking finger in milk in your mouth. And then what's weird the most, it made it way weirder, and I love it. That's weird. I love it that they came up with this idea, but I don't love the scene because it's just really, really, really weird. Is Doppelganger turned to Homelander
Homelander. Like,
and tried to seduce him. Like, it shows how psychopathic, how egoistic, and what's the
yes.
synonyms of egoistic? Narcissist.
Uh,
How narcissistic is this guy? And it's crazy amazing. Um,
and he almost fell for himself.
right, right,
Almost.
exactly. Almost fell for himself until he said something. Doppelganger just had to say something, and then he made him realize, yeah, I don't need this. You're gone.
Yeah, that
Um,
was like weird.
that
I
was
it's
really
like,
weird. That was really weird. Let's talk
but
about, yeah.
uh,
Good.
sorry, I don't. If
No,
you
no,
have
no.
something
You
else
you're
to,
fine. You're fine.
so going back to season one, because now you remind me of Doppelganger. What I love, I really love season one, because it just made hero life or connecting hero to regular society, like how they turned it to a company.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, it was a pharmaceutical company, but pharmaceutical, yeah, pharmaceutical company intentionally. But how Stillwell, is it Stillwell?
Yeah, still well.
Stillwell, how Stillwell made monopolized everything, making it a business opportunity and this and that. I'm like, this is more realistic to me versus heroes trying to be heroes. Man, it just she monopolized well, not her, because she's the vice, I guess. I didn't know there. I thought she was the v president, but
Mm-hmm.
she was the VP basically. Um, she was her role in playing the business part was amazing. It made a twist. So I love season one, how it introduced, I guess, a reality in that whole heroic sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, another thing that is so good. I saw it coming though. Like, you people might doubt me, but I saw it coming when when the new, I think her name is Elaine. I don't even know. I forgot her name.
You
But
mean
the old
Maeve's?
no, 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 the old secretary that turned to be the VP, that turned
Oh,
VP.
okay.
She introduced someone. This is when they were looking for Seven.
Oh,
She introduced this
yeah.
Asian dude. I assume he's Asian, with
Who was
martial
blind but
arts. Yeah,
has,
martial
yep,
arts ability, and he's really, really, really good. He's
and
like Daredevil. He's pretty much just like Daredevil. Um,
exactly, exactly.
and Homelander was impressed and things like that. And I saw it coming. I was like, I knew he's gonna say something amazing, but do something differently. And I thought he's just gonna twist his head, like break his neck, and then kill him. but I did not expect for him to just hit both ears and that's it. Started
Yeah,
bleeding. That was
I felt
crazy.
bad. I'm like,
I felt really bad, but
whoa.
that was really crazy. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
And then how she was shocked. I think she
Mhm.
played her role pretty well. How she was the kiss butt type of character,
Mhm.
and then when she finally thought she was free from it, and it just turns right back in when
Right,
Homelander
right,
took the shot,
right,
and she
right.
was afraid of that whole scene. I'm like, she played the role well, but that scene was,
Right, right.
I don't know what else
Yeah.
to say.
It was crazy. It's bonkers. Um yeah, I did appreciate that scene. There was another one, but I forgot what it was. But let's go to favorite lines. What are your favorite lines? I'm going to start.
Go
This
ahead and start because I really
yeah.
don't have one.
Oh, that's fine. One of my favorite lines in this movie or in this show, actually, it comes all of them from Butcher. Butcher's lines are just amazing. His New Zealand accent is just great. It's just great. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, uh, now I forgot what I was gonna say, but it's about Butcher. But go ahead. I remember what I wanted to say about Butcher's character, but
Uh
go
huh.
ahead.
So yeah, so one of my favorite lines that he said in this season is this is when Yui and Starlight exposed Vought about the Compound V,
Hmm.
and they're in a scandal and things like that, and they were in a boat because they were waiting for someone to pick up Kumiko's brother,
Hmm.
the super terrorist. They were in a boat, and then that was the news. So and Frenchie and Yui were celebrating, and then Butcher's he said something um like I don't know. I don't think he even said good job, but he said something great or something
Oh,
like that. Or
I see. The
that's
scene
nice.
where it's like, yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Some like as if, oh, it's not my win.
right. It's like
So who?
it's an apathetic, mundane response. So and MM said, "That's it. Like we did something. It doesn't you don't appreciate anything." And this is Butcher's response. He said, I'll tell you what, when we're all done here, I'll buy you a nice big family sized bottle of top shelf lube, and I'll tickle your balls till you beg me to stop, and even then, I won't. I just won't do it. That was phenomenal. That was a freaking good line. That was a
Doesn't make
really good line.
the just how he amazingly just said it fluently. Like there
Mm-hmm.
was no
And
like
tickle your balls. He did that. And tickle your balls
his
until you beg me to stop.
his funny trash talks are just
Mm-hmm.
hilarious. Like he comes up with the weirdest way to talk back at you or
Mm-hmm.
trash talk with you. I mean, like even his little uh uh pick me up um like pep talk with the boys in the subtrain
Right.
and in the subway, and out of nowhere he talks about the Spice Girls, how they're nothing separately, and then
Right.
they're amazing
Right.
together, and then how MM comes on like, uh, how do you know so well about Spice Girls? And he changes the subject, and then he walks away, and it's like he makes the worst pep talk ever. And then I thought that was pretty funny.
And then when he showed up, when he showed back up because he was missing for quite a while, and he showed up and he told Yui, "Don't worry, Daddy's back." I'm like, "Oh my god, don't worry, Daddy's back."
I'm telling you, he comes up with the
And
most
then- I
corniest
know,
comebacks.
it's the side smile that gets me. It's just the side, the side smirk. Like that's what gets me. It's so funny.
It makes
Um,
it like he really meant what he's saying,
right.
though we know
Oi.
it's sarc.
Yeah. He's like, oi. Oi.
uh,
Um,
oh, I think, I mean, they may have dragged it too much in about Translucent's death. Um, I just like the fact how they realized the best way to kill the guy. is to stick a bomb.
All right, in his stick a bomb in his bum.
I thought that was like, wow, that's the worst way to die. It just reminds me of my high school play because in my high school play, because I did this so many times, I did a musical show. And long story short, my character dies. I supposedly get stabbed by the enemy on the side. So I was supposed to turn on cue, but I turned too early, and then the guy who stabs me, supposedly stabbed me on my rib cage, went under up to my butt cheeks, and I end up dying because a knife went straight up in there in the very center of the crack.
That's funny. Yeah.
But and Ash was like, "Yep, I feel you, translucent. I know how that feels."
You know the funny part is when he was walking away because he thought he fooled Yui, right? He was laughing and smiling, and he didn't see it coming. You could actually say that he was laughing his butt off.
Full pun intended.
Yeah, he was laughing his butt off.
It was
It,
so loud that I
like
started bleeding.
yeah, exactly. It came off. It was off.
Uh,
Uh,
I think our daddy jokes.
would you call that would be an assassination?
It was
It was
like
a great assassination.
a
Thank you
hole
very
in
much.
one, a hole in
Ooh,
one.
I
It
bet you
would have been
Yui.
perfect if he
Oh,
said it.
because he was Yui, because he was invisible when he blew up translucent. I bet you
Right.
he didn't see it coming though.
Good one. Good one. Good one.
He didn't see
Good
it
one.
coming.
He didn't
Okay,
see it coming.
that's right.
I can't think of something else to come up with. That was pretty good.
It's
That
a
was
dad
pretty good.
joke. It's the dad. Yeah, it's the dad thing.
Yeah, it's a dad
It's a
thing. Yeah,
dad
you're
thing.
right. Sorry,
uh,
I'm still an uncle. So,
yeah, that we know of. You
uh,
might be a dad somewhere. You've been in a lot of countries. You've been in a
true.
lot of countries. Okay.
Well, going speaking of,
Uh huh.
so Butcher, yeah, his trash talk, but how he fluently says them all is phenomenal. Though it's corny to me at some point. His favorite word, the C word, of course, and yeah, he does great. And again, one of my favorite lines, or not lines, but how again Frenchie
Mm-hmm.
would how he would take an important moment where it's supposed to be a moment, and he talks about something drastic in his life that's nothing related to the moment that's happening,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then he walks away as if it's meant something for the other person to react to. But yeah, I love Frenchie. Frenchie's awesome.
So I saw some trivia's in here about the boys. There's actually a ton of them. So the show actually downgraded some of the sexual scenes, some of the violence that the comic book showed in that
Wow.
in the comic book The Boys.
So you're
And
saying this is supposed to be more
it's
explicit?
actually it's actually the show is milder compared to the comic books,
I can
which I
only
totally get.
imagine.
Yeah, I totally get how and why. And then what else? Was actually a man in the comic books. Yep, she was a man in the comic books.
That's a twist.
I know that was a big twist. And I still haven't confirmed who Black Noir really is. Zoe from our previous podcast, the Boys season 1, he mentioned that Black Noir was Homelander. He said that there was a project that they cloned Homelander, and he didn't have all the the laser and the flying ability. He just got the super strength, and he trained and trained to to learn martial arts and things like that to compensate um the lack of the flight and super ability.
Okay,
You know,
I remember that episode. I mean that
yeah.
conversation.
And
Okay.
then he just covered himself with black leather, super fit black leather, And yeah, but so he was a cloned Homelander, either a clone Homelander or a twin brother of Homelander. I don't know,
I think it's
but one
more
of those.
of a clone. Well, I I don't know if it was a clone or a brother that Zoe mentioned, but I see his point because he was more of a science project because no one said anything about Homelander being uh, having parents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, though they played a scene of supposedly he had an American home, raised up in an American family, which it wasn't real. He was actually raised in a lab. Um, but yeah, it's possible. Other than that, but I don't think so. I can see why Zoe thinks that way, but I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there's a ton of trivia's about the boys that I didn't read all of them because there's a ton of them. You guys can find the trivia's about the boys on IMDb if you want to. Or I can just read it for you. Just let us know. Email us on the Maximum Filipino Show at gmail.com, or follow us on Facebook, the Maximum Filipino Show, or Instagram. Send us an email. Tell us, hey, I want you to tell us what are these trivia's, and we'll make a podcast for you. Um,
All right,
and
sounds good.
also before we go to the next portion of this podcast, if you have iTunes, make sure to rate us and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Rate us. Give us a comment. Hopefully, a
Yes.
good things. Some good things. Let us know, and put it right there. What are the other things that you want us to know or want us to do podcast wise, like Afterflicks, Learn Filipino Pod, or anything that you want to learn, anything that you want us to talk about. Let us know. Um, so yeah, iTunes.com. Oh, is that iTunes.com? I think it's just iTunes.
iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes, and look for the Maximum Filipino Show. Comment, rate it 5. Give us a 5. I think we
They
deserve
have a
5.
podcast app, so yeah, look for it there. But other than that,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, what uh, Captain B said.
That's right. What else, Waka? What else do you want to talk about?
I, I overall like the boys, how it turned the typical heroic hero side to a very sinister type of hero
Mm-hmm.
side. I like it. What else did I?
Oh, there you go. I remember one of my favorite scenes. One of my
What?
favorite scenes because I laughed so hard. I did not expect it at all.
What?
And
What?
it
What?
was
What?
in episode 6 when Mother's Milk they were hiding in that lab. He was they heard the thud, boom, and then he was standing by the door. All of a sudden, in that window, someone grabbed him around his neck. That was my favorite. That was so funny. And
Must
then
have missed that one.
he was, this long thing was around his neck like a big huge snake was grabbing him. And
Oh.
then Kumiko opened the door and then killed the guy, or attacked the guy at least. I don't know if he killed the guy. She
You're
killed the
talking
guy
about at the crazy house.
at the laboratory. It was the
Because where they were
laboratory with the
ho-
soups.
holding all the
The
six
yeah
soups,
the
right?
yeah the soups. So, and then Kumiko went outside and attacked this person or whoever is on the other side of the door, and then the long thing retracted. They opened the door and it went in
Right
this
back in.
dude's pants,
It
and
was awkward.
it was
It
awkward.
was.
It was quiet. They like, I know what I'm thinking, but I'm not gonna say it. And Mother's Milk said that was his dick. I'm like, bro, that was funny. Because when they were watching him through that videos, they could see him like, oh my gosh, that guy got a log. You know what I mean? And then the
Yes,
same person attacked him. Oh gosh, that was funny.
I remember. I remember.
That was really
Speaking
funny.
of where they went to the soups, my one of my also other favorite scenes
Mm-hmm.
where Butcher, when they were cornered at the hospital, and they finally discover that soups aren't born; they're made.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they were cornered, he decided to use the baby as a weapon.
Yes, in season 1. And he said, "This is freaking awesome." and then he held the baby and he wasn't doing it. It's like, "Go on." come on, do it, and then did it. Like, oh gosh, it was so funny.
It
It
was
was so funny.
hilarious.
It was
I
hilarious.
I was like, is he holding the baby right, or is he just trying to crush his head at the same time using it as a weapon? Because then he puts the baby back into its
Uh-huh.
whatever. But it was funny. I
It
love
was
that one.
funny. It was really funny. So yeah, those are the things. Okay, so I've been thinking about this in season one, especially right after they killed Translucent. I've been thinking, how are they gonna kill the superheroes? Like A Train got a disability, and he OD'd, and he's having withdrawal and things like that.
Hmm.
But I'm always curious how they gonna defeat Homelander. So I came up with a ton of things on how they're gonna defeat him. It's either they're not gonna be able to kill him, Homelander's just gonna give up, or they'll find a serum that will turn them back to just a normal human being, and to
Mm,
it's an anti superhero serum, because that's a
right.
big possibility. It has been a plot to a lot of superhero movies and animes, like My Hero Academia. There's
Okay.
an anti superhero serum.
What's
What else?
reasonable?
Yeah.
Um.
And then this other one will be he will get killed by another superhero slash wink wink Stormfront. He might get killed by Stormfront if they get into serious altercation, or in season 2, the president said, you are not our only asset. They might show another superhero that can defeat or might kill Homelander.
Homelander. I if they do go to the whole storyline with Stormfront killing Homelander, it'll be more than likely that they might Homelander, because Homelander is a big uh nemesis, or the vi- the the villain for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he dies, then who will play his role as bad as he can? I mean, and if to find a way to kill him, yes. But if he
Mm-hmm.
happened to die, like if Stormfront ends up killing him, then who who do you think will be the next villain? Or
I
will
know.
play the role?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Like, who's gonna be the push, like the oomph for these people to attack?
Yeah, who's gonna
Vought.
carry on
Yeah,
the
because the main reason why they're attacking Homelander, it's because of Butcher and his wife.
exactly?
That's about it, to get revenge. But once Homelander is gone, like, who's why?
Why?
Like, the
What's the
question
point?
of the why will be there. I get what you're saying. Uh, but we do
Yeah,
know that eventually this guy Homelander is gonna be defeated. Either way, either just a normal human being or a superhero, he's still gonna be defeated. We
I
just don't
think they
know
might
how.
find a serum, since they have a serum that'll
Mm-hmm.
make them super folks. They might end up finding a serum that would well reverse them back into
Mm-hmm.
humans, or
What if that's Yui? What if it's
well,
Yui?
that's going to be dangerous unless they figure out how to test it. Because remember, the reason why they have the hospital for soups is because I don't know if you recall what what's his name, lamp light,
um.
Mr. Iceman,
Yeah,
who is
that guy.
Pyro in this one. He explained that the reason why they're making this place is they're trying to stabilize the compound V in these guys, so that they can distribute this to everyone, because it's easy to inject it in the child, because
Mm.
they'll grow into it. However, if you want an adult to be, I want to be a superhero today, and try to make money out of it, then it's going to be harder, because, well, you see the crazy house. You might end up with a longer log,
Mm.
or be like the crazy psycho lady who has psychic powers. I think she's gonna play a role because she escaped walking.
Mm.
You know who I'm talking about? She was in the crazy house too for soups,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I think she might play a role in season 3 if season 3 comes out.
Starfront. Or no,
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 you're
no, no.
talking about the chick that I don't understand her ability, to be honest.
I think she has like Jean Grey, Jean from X-Men.
Telekinesis, telepathy,
Yes, I think it's
telekinesis.
telekinesis,
Yeah,
and it's quite powerful.
it's really powerful.
So that's what I think that's her ability is, and I think she's gonna play a role because what you see, she escapes and just walks away.
Right.
Speaking of walking away, there was a guy that just came out of the crazy house in front of the van, and then they were telling, "Easy, buddy. Don't. We're not gonna cause you. You go walk on your way." Well, here Butcher trying to do his thing, and then he's saying, "Help me," but then he hurts them, and then runs off. Or did he die? I don't remember. Do you know that scene about the van where they were chilling outside the van before Huey got stabbed or
No,
injured
he
inside the
he
van?
shot him. He shot him 3 times.
Oh, that's right. He died.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, yeah.
And then Starfront was like, or not Starfront, Starlight was like, okay, he died. Let's go back. That's fine. Huey.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think that could be the reason why. The Deep might be a bit might turn out to be another big villain. He might, because of that whole what they're doing with the Church of the Collective. He might turn to be another big villain.
If you see the next episode, your theory might change, or unless it might stay the same when you
Mm-hmm.
see episode 7. Because I really wish that you did see 7 because something happened. Um, but
With all of them. Interesting.
no with the church.
Ah. Um, with that said, do you have anything else to say or to ask?
This discussion was quite long.
Yeah, yeah. If you wanna hear about the season 7 and whatever, season 7, episode 7,
Episode 7.
or whatever Wakka is talking about, catch us on next week, same time, and we're gonna
Oh,
talk about episode 7. We're gonna talk about episode 7, and yeah, that's it for this podcast. Right, Wakka? Do you have anything else?
no, I think that's it. I just I overall like it. I just wish the storyline is not as happy-ish where it's going in season 2. I just hope it turns back to dark. But anyway,
Yeah. Um, so this is it. You guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all that stuff at the Gum Fam Show. Again, that's the
hmm
Gum Fam Show. And you guys can email us on the gumfam show at gmail.com. You guys also can follow this. Make sure you give us a rating, comment, any suggestions, anything that you guys want to say, anything that you like about us. If we look good, I'm wearing PJs right now because it's PJ nights kind of stuff. Anything that you don't like, let
yes,
us know on whatever platform you're listening this from. It can be Google Podcasts, it can be iTunes, it can be
agreed.
Anchor, it can be Spotify. Let us know and tell your friends about us. We really do appreciate it. We appreciate it
Yes.
a lot. And email us the Maximum Filipino Show, the Maximum Filipino Show at gmail.com. Follow our Facebook, the Maximum Filipino Show, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and all that good stuff. And like I
Yep.
said, let us know that you present. How about this? If you're listening to this, send us DM us, send us a private message on Facebook and say I'm listening, or just say something, just say hello and hi, and let us know that you exist and you're out there listening with us. So
That would
thank
be
you guys.
awesome.
That would be awesome. So thank you guys so much. I think Wakka will be one of my regular the boys and other yeah, and other
Other
podcasts,
podcast.
that we're going to be doing. You guys can also join us in this podcast. Like I said, all you have to do is just let us know, just hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all that good stuff, and we will include you in some of our podcasts, and we will schedule you. That's
Yep,
it.
yep.
That's it for the
hmm
boys. Episode 1, season 2, episode 1 to episode 6. So next week will be episode 7. We'll do
Yeah,
it.
thanks for listening
Yeah.
with the not so. Yeah. Within
Thank
us, I mean, with us.
with us, not within us, but with us. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye bye.
Joanne.